Good morning, everybody. Happy Wellness Wednesday. I really love our topic for today because let's just face it, I think honestly, like everybody has a little problem with what we're going to be talking about today, which is dropping the fear of being 100% authentically you. Okay. That's a wide, a wide topic. And so we have three amazing ladies on here today, including myself, that are going to speak on this. And I'm excited for what we have to bring to you today. First thing in the morning, we always start with our gratitude. And so I'm just going to talk about a little bit about like how I start my mornings, and then I'll let the other ladies get in and tell you how they start their mornings. But guys, if you don't have like a gratitude journal or, something to, keep your thoughts in and keep your gratitude in, just grab a piece of paper, grab a napkin, grab something, write it in the notes in your phone section, whatever. But always start your morning with gratitude. Write 5 things that you are thankful for, that you are grateful for, that happened within the last 24 to 48 hours. So this is going to get you in a routine of just being grateful and starting your morning. Start my morning. I wake up every morning at 4:30 and take my 3 steps. Shake is usually later because I do intermittent fasting. But I get up and I do my DFT Black Label, take my capsules, and then I go out and I light a candle. I do some yoga. Like I start my morning because I have to. It's all about my vibe. First thing in the morning, so I have to get my mind right before my 3 kids and my family wakes up and complete chaos hits. So I always do my gratitude. I do my devotions. I do my self-love book that I'm not sure if you guys are in that group, but it's something that Lisa is doing right now. And I'm telling you guys, I have grown so much since that group started, and it's just halfway through. And I'm excited to learn more about myself. And it's been pretty amazing. So that's kind of how I start my morning. Of course, I get on here from 6 to 7. And then usually by that time, my kids are awake and I get to start my morning and get them off to school and all the things. So, Rachel, how do you start your morning?
Well, it's a little similar to yours.
Yeah,
um, Mostly because we do it together, kind of.
I
But
know.
yeah, I do my gratitude every morning. I also do 5 I am statements to try to speak stuff out into the universe because we all know that that actually is something that is real. I mean, maybe we don't all know that. I know that. um, but yeah, and then lately I've been doing the self love book as well. Definitely super far behind, but I'm trying. I've realized a lot of things about myself, my past, my history, and it's been a little bit hard to just like zoom through the pages. So I'm trying really hard to just kind of like do it right instead of stay caught up. But um, yeah, that's about it. And
Same.
then I throw my earbuds in and I listen to my true crime and I'm ready for the day.
Yes, I love it. Let's see, is Star on? Star, are you on?
Hey,
Hey,
I
girl.
am on.
Hey.
Hi, good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
So I start my day kind of the same as you ladies. I personally go to the Bible. I use the version Bible app every single morning. That has become a habit. At first, it was hard, but I've been doing it for like a year and a half, almost 2 years now. I turn my phone on. Bless you, baby. I turn my phone on. I go to the version Bible app, and they have a story every single day focused around a certain a biblical verse. And that really helps fuel my day. I also do the self-love workbook. I fell off hardcore for a couple of days. I was several days behind, and yesterday I finally caught up. So I've been trying to add that into my morning routine, and I got to tell you, yesterday and today, it has fueled me like nothing ever has before. And then I do my daily devotionals. I go live and I share the word of God, and it helps in like uplift and inspire others, which in turn uplifts, inspires me, and sets my day up for like whatever comes my way, whether it be positive or negative. I am fully fueled and quote unquote charged by the word of God personally. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. So I mean, really, we all kind of do the same thing, definitely just starting your morning with that gratitude and how, having a routine, something that works for you is definitely super important in this business. So if you don't have one, you should try to get one. As far as company news right now, I know that they've been leaking pictures of the new Thirst flavor that's coming, and I'm super excited for that, I must say. Anybody other than that like have any company news? I know Vegas is coming up.
So actually, Jacqueline Babler, she went live yesterday in her team page, and she was talking about a Zoom or a phone call or something that she tuned into with Paul, and he mentioned something about getting back to the basics before 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 existed, and talking about 3, 3, and 3. He also mentioned coming out with something like 5 and 1. I'm guessing it's maybe like 5 new accounts and 1 ordering account. You guys know how amped up he gets sometimes, and he sends out those emails and those posts, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, we gotta run, run, run!" So I know something is coming from Paul very, very soon.
That really just put a fire under me.
Right? Me too, girl.
Oh my goodness, I love whenever they do that.
So when's the detox coming out?
I know.
Oh man, I know. I'm like begging
it.
the heavens, please release this.
I'm like stalking their pages.
Silent.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it in a little bit, but
They're doing it on
we know
purpose.
it's coming. We
We
know
should
it's
just
coming.
go to Jason's Instagram and fill up his comment section and just be like, "Where's the detox? Where's the detox?" It's enough of us know he's got to answer us.
Oh, right.
Quit keeping secret.
From the sound of his call that he had with us, that was about a week and a half ago, he sounded like he was going to drop detox at Vegas.
No, I honestly, I think that would be the opportune time if they were going to do it, because they're saying that this event's going to be like no other. They're saying that it's going to be like a Thrive Palooza. They're saying it's coming in hot, to say the least. So I can't wait to see what they roll out, what they have for us. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be in the fourth quarter, so it's going to hype everybody up into the year strong, I'm sure. So it's going to be exciting. Do we have any other team news? I don't.
Also, guys, anyone who has 3 to 4 month auto ship customer regulars, they're getting their surprise sample packs this month.
Ooh, yay.
Get in touch with all of your customers to make sure that they're on their auto ship because they get those treat boxes.
Okay. Yep. That's good to know. Because I know I personally love getting those. And I know my customers, they message me every time something pops up in there. And the past 2, since they've started doing this, have been really, really awesome. So I'm excited to see what the next goodie will be. They always spoil us with perks. And so I really, really, really love that. And guys, if you haven't told your customers about that reward, like you totally should, because if they can just keep that auto ship on for 3, then they get the reward on the 4th. So let's go ahead.
She had some news.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to get the exact name of it, but
no, you're good.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. So if you are under Maria Dillard in any way, go back into your back office under leader updates. Amber and Maria are doing breaking down the master class that just started. You have plenty of time to get in and catch up, and she talks about all the good things. There's a Zoom with it and everything. That's something you might want to look into, and if you can't find it, just reach out to me in Messenger.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna go check that out right now. Well, no, after this.
You'll say, don't you go leaving us yet, girl. You still
Just
owe
like,
us
wait,
50 minutes.
I have stuff to do. All right, Melissa, I don't know where you went.
Oh, I was muted. I was talking the whole time. It's okay. I got excited and muted myself. Okay, so we are going to hop right in to today's topic, which again, rolling back to that, is dropping the fear of being 100% you. I honestly, I didn't think that I had a problem with this until I kind of started researching the topic. I know that like a lot of, new promoters who come in, and even some of my older promoters who are under me have came to me with questions on how to be them. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you open up? How do you be vulnerable? How do you be 100% authentically you? And it's hard, guys, because I didn't think that I had a problem with it again until I started kind of diving in and taking all these notes. And I was like, oh yeah, yep. I have that fear. I have that, of what people are going to think of you, like everybody has fears. Everybody has, those things that kind of pop up in your mind that say, this is a red flag. What are people going to think if I say this openly on my social media or, on a live, or if you get there and you're talking about, oh my gosh, anything of what you are about, the topics that you support. There's so much going on in the world today, and you can't be scared to open up and to be you. And if that's part of you, then you need to share it with the world. I know that the two ladies that I have on with me today, both have so much good info for you. I just, I can't wait to share it with you all. Who wants to kind of dive in first? Rachel, Starr?
Don't mind, Sarah. I'll go first. It's like,
Yeah.
I was super pumped to do this.
I know you were. She messaged me and she just had like, yep, she was ready to go. She's like, this is my jam. I feel this 100% in my soul. Like, she was ready to go. So yeah, take it away.
This is something I've been working on, like, basically since 2012 when I separated from my ex-husband, because I kind of like let him take over me and determine who I was, because I was young. I was 19 when I moved in with him, and he was emotionally and mentally very abusive and controlling, and it was craziness. So once I got out of that craziness, I was like, who the F am I? And you guys, I still don't know who I am. I'm getting there though. But for real, like, covering up your true self, it takes effort, and it can be exhausting. It can be alienating. It's crazy. Others can sense it. And like, so when we're out like doing our Thrive thing, and we're trying to be somebody who we're not, people are going to see that, and that's going to make it so that people are most likely going to distrust us, because they're going to notice that there's something a little off. And I don't know, I'm a vibes person. I pick up on a lot of people's vibes, so like I can definitely feel that. But like, we need to be ourselves because we are amazing. We were born the way we were for a reason, and we are who we are for a reason. And like, just, it's amazing. Like, we are amazing. We just don't know it because we are with ourselves 100% of the time. And I mean, I can't even be with my husband like longer than a full weekend. So, But yeah, no matter who you're talking to, whether it's like a millionaire or somebody, just struggling to make ends meet, factory worker, a chairman, we always need to be our true self in every situation. A true leader recognizes everyone and is his, her, or their true self with everyone. Now, it sounds super simple, doesn't it?
I mean, for me, it does.
Yeah, for me too. I'm pretty much myself with everybody. You either like it or you don't, like that's where I'm at with it.
I think that
It's
a lot of the times you have
fucking
to
hard. The
be.
reason we have roles. Go.
No. I was just saying you have to be proud and be proud of who you are and the things that you believe in, and you have to share that and be authentic. Yep.
Yeah, and for some people it just comes naturally, and that's awesome, and I am envious of you. For other people it doesn't, like me. But no, we just, it's a lot easier to pretend to be somebody else than it is to just be ourselves, because then we don't have to do any of the work, right? Like, it's just like, oh, I just am going to be like this person, and excuse me, I have a cold and I sound terrible. But yeah, and it's just kind of the way it is. But you guys, I know, we know that nobody is perfect, but we expect perfection from ourselves. But that's, that's not reality. Finding ourselves, and it involves making mistakes, doing dumb things, kissing the wrong boys or girls. And then we grow up and we think like, oh, I should exactly know who I am. And that is definitely not how it works. you know, um, it's a lot of work, and it's something that is like never ending. You're always, always, always changing, evolving, and growing. So you're always going to be trying to find out, who you are today rather than who you were last month. And it's it's hard because a lot of people will be like, oh, be yourself, listen to your heart, be honest, don't steal, all that stuff. Um, but it puts a lot of pressure on us. Like, but what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Listen to my heart. Because you guys, if I listened to my heart all the time, I would be in a really effed up situation right now, I think. But so I did a little bit of research, and I found like these four ways to kind of be yourself. So the first one is stop being other people. Everyone wants to be someone special, beautiful, or intelligent, but sometimes that can be confused with wanting to be someone else. Being yourself doesn't mean being 100% different to everyone. It can mean taking little pieces from others. So like you see, like, I love Melissa's, vibe and like the way she interacts with the world. So I'm going to take a little bit of that because that's who I want to be. I don't know if that makes sense, but
it does. It does.
So it kind of gives you a chance to kind of like write your own character and pull inspiration from others if you need to. The next thing is stop caring what other people think and share that mentality. This is a hard one for me. Growing up, it was always, we had to like act like we were like the perfect family and like we didn't have any problems, and so since the day I was born, I've been somebody I'm not, and super like worried about what people think of me, and that's just the way I was raised. But this is one of the like greatest steps in the direction toward just being you, is just stop caring. It requires you to be honest and even speak up when you don't want to, which is super hard. It gets you to listen to your gut instincts, which that is something that I've been working on, is listening to my gut, not my heart and not my head. My head is too logical. My heart is too like lovey-dovey and wants to help everyone. But my gut, if I would have listened to my gut from day one, you guys, my life would be so different. The next thing is it doesn't have to happen overnight. We're not baking a cake, guys. We're not making beef jerky. We're making ourselves. We're not making a baby. But becoming yourself is definitely not something that happens overnight. As humans, we're constantly evolving. Like I said, everything you experience and go through, it will add up to the person that you are. I'm so sorry, guys. It will become. I just totally lost my spot. Anyways, it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to continue to work on yourself. You are a never-ending project, and you're beautiful and wonderful just the way you are. So be yourself. And the last one is, just because you can't, or just because you can, doesn't mean that you should. In order to have dreams, we must do things ourselves in order to achieve them, which requires us to not always do what others are doing. So, it kind of goes back to that whole, if George told you to jump off a bridge, would you do that? Like, just because other people are doing something doesn't mean that that's right for you. So when you see other promoters and stuff doing things and it's working for them, just because it's working for them doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, because they might be doing something that is attracting their network and you have a completely different network. Yeah, so I don't know. There's one quote and then I'm done, I promise.
No, you're good.
But I love this quote that I saw, and I don't know who said it, but it is, don't choose opportunity. Choose opportunity.
Somebody's unmuted.
Oh,
Sorry. Oh, there we go. You're good.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm starting over.
Okay.
Don't choose opportunity. Choose opportunity that faces in the direction of your dream.
I love that.
Yes.
I
And then
love
there
it.
was one more thing. I'm sorry. I promise this is the last thing, you guys.
No, you're good.
I love this topic. So the last thing is, instead of saying be yourself, replace it with be the self you've always dreamed of being. And then we might just find ourselves.
I think that's so true in so many ways. Like, it just, I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, this topic is, like I said, something I've been doing since 2012, and I was so pumped.
I know somebody had said in the chat that they wanted you to drop those quotes in there, if you don't mind,
yep.
whenever you're done too. Yeah.
I am done.
Oh, good. No, you're fine. I loved everything that she said, and those 4 points were on point. Being you and finding you is super hard, guys. But when you do put yourself out there, if you are like authentic, 100% like vulnerable with your network and just in life, you'll be able to go to sleep knowing that you were that you were 100% you. Because if you go out there and you copy and paste someone's stuff and you're just, living this highlight reel on your social media, that's not you. You might attract the wrong vibe. You might attract the wrong folks. And so that's why it is super important to be you and put 100% you out there so that you can find your circle, so that you can find your vibe tribe, I guess, if you want to say. but just it's so super important because you don't want to attract the wrong people, because then you're not really going to have much in common and you're not going to be able to grow with that person. But if you're 100% you know, for me, it's hard to speak up about like mom life struggles, because you just, you know, you do run a business and you want everything to be squeaky clean and perfect, and that's just not real life, guys. You have to share the bad days. You know, I'm pretty open about the fact that I struggle with anxiety and depression, and it's hard to function some days, you know, even with my Thrive. Like, I shout it from the rooftops of how much it's helped me, but you know, still you have those days, and it's okay to have those days. And I try to talk openly about it, because that gets me like so many people in my inbox asking me and talking to me about their anxiety, their depression, their struggles, their bad mom days, you know, and that's where you create those connections, and that's where you find your people. You know, share about those things that you like to do. If you're, you know, you like to go on hikes, and, you know, find those people that you can kind of click with and share that, and just be open, share everything, guys. Like, don't be scared. Like, what, I don't know. We can't be scared to share who we are. Starr, what do you have for us, love?
So I'm sitting there listening to Rachel, and she's like, I'm sorry, and I have more. I'm sorry. I'm like, girl, stop with that.
Stop
I'm
being
sorry.
sorry.
We need what you have to offer us. We need to hear
Yes.
it. And I'm about to freaking ramble too. So, boom.
You guys, I always say I'm sorry. It's
I know.
like,
I'm gonna beat it out of you whenever I come to Minnesota next month. I'm just saying.
Sister, I'm a professional apologizer too, and it is okay.
it's my
Come to
catchphrase.
Canada.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, I know. I should be Canadian. Like, legit. I mean, I'm close enough. I'm almost there. Minnesota.
I mean, I'll lift out my arm, Rachel, and you can come be Canadian with me.
Yes. I'm
I
ready.
love it.
All right,
I love
guys. So
Canada.
my notes are kind of scattered everywhere, so I do apologize. My little ones are also in the background. I'm not going to apologize for them any longer,
Yeah,
because I
stop
am
it.
here because of them. They are why I am here. They are why I said yes from the beginning, and they will be my why until my last freaking breath on this earth. You understand? So if you hear them babies in the background, just allow it to fill your heart, because sister fills mine. Now, listen, this is something that we need to get out there in the open. Stop being ashamed of who you are. And I think Rachel said it, so I'm going to reiterate it one more time. Stop being ashamed of who you truly are. Stop hiding who you are and what you're passionate about. People need you for you. You understand? Stepping into who you truly are and where your passion lies, regardless of what others may say, is what we truly need in this world. You understand? You know, we worry so much about, you know, the thoughts of others. And, you know, all actuality, they don't give a shit. They don't care. You know that real, what do they say? I'm here to tell you we don't care. We don't care. That's so freaking legit. Like, they don't give a heck. 1 second. Yes, baby. Hi. Hi. You want to go ask brother for a drink and have him take care of you? Is Matthew still down here?
No, mommy not that.
All right, can you go get him and tell him mommy needs his help? Thank you. All right, sorry. Well, no, not sorry. I just kind of preaching about not being sorry. Anyway, I only took 2 tips, okay? I really think the apple pie shake is hitting a little different, but I'll be honest, this whole thing, I'm going to get to it. Last night I had a huge fire reignite in me, and it's because I stepped further into my purpose, into my passion, into who I truly am and why I was placed here. Okay, you got him? Okay, awesome. All right. Stop worrying about losing friends and followers, guys. Seriously, stop worrying about it, especially when it comes to speaking your truth. Those people, if they stop following you, if they stop being your friend, they're not your people. Can you please get him some tea and some num-nums and get him all situated? Abel, whatever he wants, just let him pick out of there's toaster strudels and all that other unhealthy shit that just pleases him. Thank you. Listen, I'm not perfect by any means. Anyway,
I laughed so hard. I love it.
oh, and so listen, in regards to the apple pie seeming gritty, sister, I get it. What I do is I do a half a scoop of the vanilla and like a quarter scoop of the apple pie, and it smooths it out. Okay, so try that. Try that. How would you possibly make good connections with people who you just cannot connect with? How are you supposed to connect with them? You have nothing in common. If you're hiding who you truly are, something they post is not going to resonate with you. So why? The more I personally have been speaking on things that I'm passionate about, the more conversations I've been having. And no, it's not about Thrive, these conversations. It's not. But sometimes they have brought it up. And when I meet these people face to face, when they see me on social media, when they make it a point to attend my lives every single morning, you think for 1 second I don't throw in a little punchline on Thrive? You think for 1 second I don't have my DFT in a spot they can see it? You think for 1 second I'm not sipping on my shake while I'm reading the devotion? They are seeing it. It's dripping. So they know I thrive. They know I'm a Thrive girl, but guess what? They also know me for everything else that I am. You need me, baby? Okay, you're good. Honestly, it's such a fulfilling feeling when you do find your tribe outside of Thrive, because we love this community. We know that these people right here are our people. You understand? But you have to branch out. The tribe that we have within here are already thrivers, and we need new thrivers. So therefore, we have to be unapologetically ourselves. Thank you, Mom, for putting that there. Those people also start filling your cup, y'all. Last week and yesterday, I stepped up for my communities on a very important topic that was near and dear and true to my heart, that I was passionate about. It's a very controversial topic. It is. I was freaking scared. I was so scared for so long, over a year and a half. I was scared, and fear stopped me from speaking on specific topics. But once I realized that being me would attract those who needed me, oh man, I haven't been able to slow down. I have not been able to slow down. I was able to speak on topics that were important to me, my heart, my mind, and y'all, I'm telling you, the feedback that I have gotten from my local and neighboring communities, even people who weren't there when I spoke up at these school board meetings, I have heard from, because they heard about me. They heard about the words that I spoke, the stand that I took. Did I lose friends? Maybe 5. You know how many friends I've gained? 40 in the last 2 weeks. 40 new friends. Yes, they are within my quote unquote local communities. They're within my county and the surrounding areas. But they're still new friends. And guess what? We have a hell of a lot in common. 100%. It's pretty crazy. Speaking what's true to you can also lead you to your true purpose here in life. I was talking to my husband last night. Every night we enjoy us time when the babies are in bed, the teens are doing their own thing, you know, they live in their own worlds, right? And we just sit outside and we shoot the shit, watch some TikToks, talk about how our work day went, talk about Jesus and God and where our life is going. And I was telling him, little by little, me speaking more and more on my passions has brought me closer and closer to my true purpose in life. And I look back, like that's the only time we should be looking back, y'all, by the way, is when we're comparing ourselves to who we were yesterday. And I look back and I'm like, oh my heavens, it gets bigger and I get closer every single day. Now, I know a lot of us, we have different beliefs, and I respect every single one of you for wherever your beliefs may lie. but I have to read this from my Prayers for Promises and Healings book. And I hope this doesn't offend anybody. Regardless, Jesus and God is a part of who I am. Okay. So I'm going to be unapologetically me, right? What is our purpose in life? Only God, or whoever it is that you believe in, has the real answer to this question. But for some reason, he doesn't paint a picture across the sky revealing the plan for which he created us. He uses people and experiences to nurture and guide each of us down a unique, customized path. Matthew, chill. Some learn their purpose early in life, while others spend a lifetime questioning their identity. Only through seeking God's will and cooperating with him can we discover life's purpose and find the reason for our birth. We never know what impact our lives can truly have. Perhaps the next president of a nation or a doctor whom will save a child's life needs a kind word today, not from someone else, but from us. Perhaps a school board member who is under hella pressure, or a parent who is afraid to send their children to school today. Maybe they need a smile, an encouraging word from us. If you have believed lies about our purpose or that we don't have one, if we believe lies about our purpose or that we don't have one, we can have faith that in God to fulfill his purpose in our lives. Our purpose may totally surprise us, which that is me. I'm totally surprised that me stepping up into who I truly am and what I'm truly passionate about has revealed my purpose in life. But we can trust him. Be a blessing right where you are for who you are. Go where he sends you. Speak and touch the person he leads you to. And don't forget that he trains and guides us through life towards his purpose. We can follow his direction today, for he created us for great and wonderful things. And I'm pretty sure that's all I have.
I love that, girl. Like, you brought the fire. Like, like
I told you yesterday when you asked me, I wasn't sure if I could do it because last week when I spoke, it was the first board meeting that I spoke at.
Mm-hmm.
I was just completely depleted. The next day, I deleted every single social media app off of my phone, and I took a mental health day. I was not in the right state of mind. But the next morning when I woke up to an inbox filled, like the next morning after I reinstalled everything, my inbox was filled with people pouring into me, thanking me and loving hardcore on me. Well, yesterday when you came to me, I was like, I don't know how this is going to affect me tonight. But then real quick, I was like, oh shit, FOMO just hit me so hard. I had fear of missing out. And guys, I'm so thankful that FOMO did hit me. And I'm so thankful that Melissa did ask me to speak on this because y'all, it is so true. Like, I can't even tell you, after we left last night, the comments, the messages, even the posts to my wall, people saying how powerful I am. Like, what? Little old Starr is powerful? They heard my voice and they think it's powerful and inspirational and encouraging. Like, you guys know how that makes me feel? Pretty fucking fired up if you can't tell.
I can tell, and I love it, girl. Like, you've like lit a fire in me, honestly. Like, yes, I love it. Yes, I love it. Because you guys, like, just like Starr was saying though, you can't be scared to do those things. But then once you do, like, I have the biggest fear of, and I legit feel like I'm going to pass out if I get up and talk in front of a group of people. In the last company that I was with, I got up and spoke in front of a group of about 200 people. And I mean, I was like shaking in my boots and I was sweating like profusely, like it was dripping off of me. And I was like like I could be hyperventilating in a bag, but guys, after I did it and I shared my story and I put myself out there, you know how much better I felt about myself. Like I felt just like Starr. Like I legit felt like I was on top of the world. You know, all of those fears and all of those anxieties that I had building up in like my mind, like if I could just shut my mind off, I would be the yes girl. Like I
Oh
would
my
be out
God,
there just
same
like doing all
here.
the things. Like, you know, sometimes you just have to focus on like flipping that switch, guys. Like talk that positivity into yourself. If that's, you know, if you need a pep talk or something before you post, like I legit will make a post and I'll go run and hide in my freaking closet and I'll tell Rachel, I'm like, girl, because my post okay. You know, like it's okay to be scared. Like just sit with those feelings, realize those feelings, take it all in, look at it from so many different aspects. But if you put yourself out there and you're real, authentic, and vulnerable, like the success that you're going to have is going to be 100 times more. I just firmly believe that because you want to attract the right vibe. You know, she has so much in common with all those people who are pouring out to her. And she's, you know, creating those new connections and
Yeah,
so don't be
can I say something really quick?
yeah, yes.
Just to piggyback off of what you said. Guys, we're taught this when we first joined Thrive. I mean, at least if you're on Chastity's team, you
Right.
definitely hear it from Chastity, like your vibe attracts your tribe. So why are you blocking your vibe? Why are you not allowing your vibe to truly show? Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
why are you locking that away? Don't stop doing that.
Right?
I heard that pat
You're
on the desk, like, girl,
awesome.
she's like, I love it. Like, we are fired up, guys. If you can't tell, like, this is just something we are also passionate about. It's something that, you know, we work on a daily basis. Like, I'm sure Starr was super nervous before she went in there and talked in front of an entire group of people and stuff, but she did the damn thing. And look where she's at today, you know?
Chill before I talk. Or before I
Oh
spoke,
yeah.
and I had to think of chill after I spoke because they were cheering so loud. Like the
Oh
one
my
last week, they were
gosh.
silent, but at this one, they were cheering so freaking loud for me, and it was so crazy because they give you a 3-minute time frame, right? And as
Oh
soon
yeah.
as I hit 3 minutes, the guy was like, he was trying to say time up, but I was done anyway. And my final words were God bless, and he was like, whoa, and the whole freaking cafeteria went nuts. I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to sit down. My husband's like, I think you need another chill. And I was so scared to do it, but I took another one and man, did it help me. My shake completely stopped. So the whole thing with still helping anxiety, try to take it like in mix of like a quote unquote anxiety attack, y'all. It really works.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Chill is amazing.
Yeah, it's something that I will forever keep in stock. Like I have it in my purse, I have it in my car, I have it next to my nightstand, I have it in my living room, I have it on my desk. Like I have chill literally everywhere just because that stuff, I swear by it. I just, it puts me in.
My son who has autism and ADHD and anxiety, and when he gets, you know, worked up, I give it to him, and within, I mean, a couple minutes, he'll be like, "Mom, that's really worked." Like, boom.
I love that. Oh my gosh, yes.
I accidentally grabbed a heat on Monday night. So Monday night I went completely out of my comfort zone. Wait for it, guys. I went completely out of my comfort zone and jumped on a live and hosted a live event on Zoom for my Kayla Rose Oliver's team, my team that I'm on.
Oh my gosh.
I had a heat at 6:00 at night, my time. I did not fall asleep until 2:30 a.m. my time.
Oh my goodness.
I stupidly grabbed a heat instead of chill because I had the two packs side by side and I was like, I just need to calm down. I'm freaking out. Yeah, no, bad idea. Don't take heat in the evening.
No, that's
especially when you're trying to chill.
Yeah, those two technologies, I don't know, but I will say this, I'm not a fan of the heat's taste. But the effects of it, I freaking love it.
Listen, put it under your tongue. Put it under your tongue. It's able to better absorb there anyway. And
do you taste it less?
Majority. Yes, I was gonna say you kick the majority of the taste to where it winds up being not so bad. And make sure you have a chaser. Honey, it's just like vodka. Take a chaser right after, you'll be fine.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Anyone that was on
like
that
a shot,
Zoom,
guys. We
Oh,
take
yeah.
those without problems, right?
Mhm.
anyone who was on that Zoom, I was so intense on giving my organization tips and how to time manage and how I juggled Thrive in the beginning, being a student and everything. Everyone was like, you were kind of scary. I was like, awesome.
I want to see the Zoom now. Like, I'm just curious.
Right? I want to watch it too.
I
I'll
want to see
send the
you
link
on
later.
fire. Yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
you on fire. Because I bet you brought the heat, though. You know, like,
You're kind of scary.
She'll be
oh
on
my
here Friday.
gosh.
I
Do
am
what?
on Friday.
Ooh, take the heat before, girl.
We want to see the heat.
Yeah, I'll take a heat at 6 a.m. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be a great day. Oh my gosh, I just love it. All right, guys. I don't know. I always like to open up my Zooms afterwards. Like, does anybody have any questions for us? I know, like, it's hard to talk about, but you know, dropping the fear of being 100% you is our topic today, and we definitely brought so many tips for you guys, so much information. I freaking loved today. But does anybody have any questions, any comments, anything they want to add?
No questions. I just want to thank everyone that spoke on the Zoom today. It really was encouraging. Thank you.
You are so welcome. I
Love
love
you,
to hear that.
Jackie.
You just made my freaking day. So thank you.
Guys,
This
Jackie
girl,
is a-
Jackie, has
is a
completely
very
stepped out of
special
her comfort
person.
zone, and she has been really pouring in lately. And I
Yeah.
just have to shout her out. Starr, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I have a
was gonna do the
question.
same thing. I was gonna do the same thing. Jackie is a local sister in Christ here to my community, and I gotta tell you, she has had her spins in life, but the fact that she keeps getting back up.
I have a question.
Says that I inspire her, but she inspires me. She doesn't even know. Go ahead, Kelly. I'm sorry, babe.
That's okay. This is probably what made me cry. But I've been wanting to put out my true story, but I'm afraid of what my family will say. Any tips on that?
Oh, honey, I
Oh,
100% have tips on that. I
you
literally, you know, I from the get-go, I've been doing network marketing for going on 8 years in October, and my family has never, ever been supportive. My mom was the only one who supported me, and I lost her 2 years ago, and it rocked my world, and I've been doing it ever since. But girl, shout it from the rooftops. Share your story, because you absolutely never know who you're going to inspire, who you are going to connect with, who you're going to vibe with. Like, you have to shout. Like, just go live and just do it. If you want someone to be there, girl, I will be there with you.
Yeah.
But just you have to do it, honey. Like, it's gonna change everything in your soul. Like, just to be like, to feel free. I went through and I deleted my entire family from my social network, because I'm growing a business and I don't give a fuck what they have to say. I'm gonna shout it from the rooftops. My dad was an alcoholic my entire life, and I ran away from home when I was 13, and I shout that from the rooftops, because that's part of who I am and where I came from. And if you don't like it, peace out, homie. That's all I gotta say.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I have to say, oh my gosh, what's her name? Jamie Pecca. When we seen her in Syracuse, New York in January of 2020. No time, let's get out of there. She said she straight up deleted and blocked her brother.
Yep.
Until he came around and apologized to her. You know, and I gotta tell you, Kelly, I don't know what your story is. I am dying to hear it. But
Right.
you could very well help somebody from walking off the edge. Somebody could tune into your live ready to take their own, and you could help inspire them to just continue for at least one more day.
Well, see, here's a real quick view of my story. For 6 months, I could not work because of stressing and anxiety. It actually literally made me dizzy all the time. And with that happening, I could not work. We had to literally sell like almost everything out of our attic just to live off of. And we ended up moving, and long story short, we ended up homeless. And in the process, luckily we got into a shelter where we could stay there for 4 months, and now we live in HUD housing. But the reason I said that about my family is because we had he wasn't abusive towards us, but he was a very abusive father because he had depression and anxiety and didn't know how to deal with it. And I was one of 6 kids. So that's why I've been wanting to tell my whole story, but I just have not completely done it yet.
Kelly?
Can I say something real quick?
ahead.
I'm sorry, Shannon.
It's all right.
I'm just kind of on the same wavelength as you, and I've told most of my story, but I always cut out my childhood because my family's on my Facebook and stuff. Like on these Zooms, I'll tell my full story, but you know, social media is different. But to be honest, with your raw and just realness right now, I think I'm gonna go do that today. Just because it's something that is real, and whether family wants to admit it, accept it, try to hide it, whatever, it's my life, my story. I'm gonna share it. So I want to thank you for putting that into me, and everybody needs to hear your story. There's so many people who have been through, you know, things, and like they're saying in the chat, like somebody might need to hear that in order to not take that leap, because that was me when I started Thrive. I heard the story and I gave it one last effort, and thank God I did, because I'm still here.
What I wanted to say was, I know a lot of your story. The only reason why they would say anything negatively is because they don't want to see the truth. But like Trent Sheldon said, and I've said this before, if God has placed that on your heart, it's your vision, not theirs. It's not meant for them to see it. You tell your story. You get out what you need to get out and start healing. I know things that you've been through that you haven't even mentioned, and the strength that you have to stand here today is very admirable. And I just love you, and I'm right there with you if you need.
Thank you.
Kelly, if you want to go live, honey, you message any one of us and we will come with you. I will take the brunt of those comments. That was me last year.
I just love this. Like, do you see our vibe tribe right now? How we all come together, girl. You have like there was 60 people on here or something today. We are all here to support you. And I freaking love this. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that note.
Hold
I
on,
don't know
Melissa.
who's
I'm gonna cut
yep.
you off. Elizabeth has her hand raised, and it's been raised, so I want her to go ahead and say what she wanted to say.
Yes.
I want to support Kelly on telling her story. I kind of relate a little bit. I went sober in this past year after a lot of generations of my family also struggling with alcoholism, kind of in the same way where your family kind of struggles with generational curses of depression and anxiety. And I struggled really, really hard with the fact of posting about it and talking about it, and like fear of what my family might think, or I think less of them for breaking the generational curse. It's really, really not easy, but it's the most liberating thing in the world. Like, it's so freeing once you start telling your story and just being open about it. And ever since I have other people just reach out to me and tell me how inspirational I am, or tips on how they can get sober, and all of that just outweighs any of the judgment that you can get from anyone else. And I also told myself that I was sick of saying, all my family has supported me, just so everyone knows at this point. They were all very loving once I finally came out about it. But if they didn't, then it just because they're family doesn't mean that they have to be in my life if they're going to judge me in any sort of way. So I encourage you to definitely tell your story. And again, we're all here to support you if you ever need us.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I got caught up reading the comments. Congratulations to all of you guys, getting on here and opening up. That takes courage in itself. Like, this is only the second Zoom that I have ever hosted. And because I have a fear of it, talking in front of people, hosting things and running things, I don't mind being a co-host, but running it, like, that was the biggest fear for me today. And so I'm so glad that I did, because this Zoom was absolutely amazing. Like, my cup is full right now. I'm so proud of every single one of you who hopped on here, showed up this morning, shared a piece of you. Like, that is growth in itself. So I'm seriously proud of every single one of us. Other than that, does anybody else want to share anything? Other than that, I think we'll close it out with our reading for today. I don't know who's doing that.
It's me.
Hi, Miss Tiffany.
Hi. Sorry if it's loud. I'm not at home. So
No, you're good, girl. I appreciate you showing up today. Thank you.
yeah,
Before she starts reading, if you've not won when the Good Morning Vibe Tribe, drop me in the comments after Tiffany reads. Melissa can choose a winner, and then you'll message me. Go ahead, Tiff.
All right, day 21. I was trying to go somewhere where it's quiet, but there's like people everywhere. So
We're in Tennessee.
Yep, Tennessee. All right, day 21. Live courageously. They will have no fear of bad news. Their hearts are steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Their hearts are secure. They will have no fear. Psalm 112, 7 through 8. Every person's life is a tapestry of events. Some are wonderful, some not so wonderful, and some downright disastrous. In our moments of triumph, it's easy for us to bow our heads, praise God, and thank Him for our victories. But when we fail to reach the mountaintops, we find it much tougher to give God the praise He deserves. Yet whenever we find ourselves, whenever on the mountaintops of life or in life's darkest valleys, we must still offer thanks to God, giving thanks in all circumstances. The next time you find yourself worried about the challenges of today or the uncertainties of tomorrow, place your concerns and your life in God's all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving hands. And then you can draw courage from the source of strength that never fails, your Father in heaven. At this very moment, you're fulfilling your obligation and overcoming tough times. God is seeking to work in you and through you. God wants to touch your heart and restore your courage. He wants you to live abundantly and courageously, and He's ready to help. So why not let Him do it, starting now? Today's quotes: faith can not only can help you through a crisis, it can help you to approach life after hard times with a whole new perspective. It can help you adopt an outlook of hope and courage through faith and face reality. John Maxwell. If the Lord be with us, we have no cause to fear. His eye is upon us, His arm over us, His ear open to our prayer. His graceful, sufficient, His promise unchangeable. John Newton. Meet your fears with faith. Max Lucado. We'll go with that. For further reflection, Psalm 56, 3 through 4, Isaiah 41, 10, 1 Corinthians 16, 13, and Ephesians 6, 10. Today's prayer. Lord, when I am fearful, let me lean upon you. Let me ever mindful, Lord, that you are my strength and my shield. With you by my side, I have nothing to fear, and let me be grateful and courageous servant this day and every day. Amen.
Amen. I just put in the comments the winner. Her name is Kayla Dillon.
Congratulations, Kayla. If you can go ahead and message me in Messenger, last name is Cochran, and I'll get you the graphic on what you want. Other than that, ladies, I want to thank you for a fire Zoom from beginning to end. This has been amazing.
Yes, you guys are awesome. We
Well,
I
are
loved it.
all
I loved
awesome.
this Zoom. It was super awesome.
all right, y'all have a great day.
Love you
Bye,
guys.
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.